What's up, guys? Welcome to the UMAD Sports Show, episode number 1. Been waiting to bring you guys this for a while now. I'm Corey, aka Big C.
And what's up, guys? I'm Wes. Today we're going to be covering running backs and our top 10 picks for running back, and some other things also as we go. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't seen each other's lists, have no idea. It'll definitely be interesting to see how they compare against each other.
And guys, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe, like, dislike, and hit that bell for notifications.
All right, let's jump right into it, guys. All right, and first, the reason most people are clicking on this video because they think we're out of our minds is I definitely don't have him number 1 on my list. Do you have Christian McCaffrey number 1 on your list?
No, I don't either, man. And yeah, that's what this video is all about, is just, who's your number 1 draft pick and why is it not Christian McCaffrey? That's what we're getting into. We have to explain ourselves because our number 1 picks are not Christian McCaffrey.
There's Bradleys out there everywhere that think we're out of our minds and just want to tell us how wrong we are.
Oh yeah, dude. People are breaking their mouses on the dislike button right now, or their thumbs rather.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, and I'll take it. Thumb down all you want, but I'm telling you, Christian McCaffrey as your number 1 pick is the most dangerous pick you can make this season. There's no way that kid can handle the the workload that he took last season. Can't do it 2 years in a row. It's not happening.
Yeah, no, there's no way, and they don't need him to this year either. I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be doing good. He doesn't have a whole lot of big name receivers right now. He has a lot of B-list receivers though, and I think he's going to use them. I think McCaffrey's just not going to be as needed. He's going to be an important part. He's going to play an important role, but he's not going to be slugging it like he was last year unless they get in some kind of like a tight pinch where they need him to make the playoffs. Like an end of the season
Absolutely,
push.
I agree. 100%.
But yeah.
I mean, he's going to catch passes still, like he always does. He's going to get his carries and put up yardage. But if they try to work him as hard as they did last year, he's getting hurt. There's just no way. So it's too risky of a pick for my first pick. And I don't know who you have at number 1. I'll go ahead and start the list with my number 1. And 2 years ago when you won the championship, you had this man on your team. Last year when I won the championship, I had him on my team. So it's just a little bit of, there's some, that sports superstition going into it. Saquon Barkley, number 1, easy choice for me.
Yep. I got Barkley at number 1 too, man. Barkley, man, that's a solid pick. He's who I want, man. Basically, we know if you or me gets an early pick, it's going to be Barkley for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and I think most of our league isn't going to go that way. I think most of our league, probably 8 out of the, we're the only 2, I would say. Actually, there might be a couple more that would agree with us out of our league. They're pretty smart guys.
Well, Barkley will probably go top 3. Maybe top 5. But yeah, no, our league is really just all about Christian McCaffrey. I think there's a lot of love for Kamara and Cook in our league too,
Absolutely.
and Zeke. But
yeah, which is surprising because I don't think we don't have anybody who even remotely likes the Cowboys in our league. And Zeke is still highly respected in our league, and I think you have to, you'd be dumb not to. Who's your number?
Yeah.
We got Saquon number 1. Obvious reasons. He's a monster. He's playing in a Giants offense where he's still going to be the main feature. And then a healthy tight end and receiving core finally. Who knows what could happen this season?
Yeah, well, and like I've talked about before, man, he's script proof. It doesn't matter if they're behind or if they're ahead. It doesn't matter, garbage time. None of that matters, man. It doesn't matter what the script looks like. He's getting all the volume. It's crazy. He just runs that team.
Yep, absolutely. So obvious number 1 pick. I feel he was probably the number 1 pick for a lot of people over the last 2-3 seasons. So, or 2 seasons for sure. And I guess number 2, we'd have to go into number 2. Who do you got in your number 2 spot?
I got Zeke number 2, man.
Okay, me too. I 100% agree with you. Go ahead and go in.
Oh, you got Zeke too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, see, we don't even know each other's top tens right now. We kind of have an idea. Well, everyone's top tens are pretty similar, but like, no, this is kind of cool because I don't totally
Mine's
know
going
what
to
your top
change
ten is, and it's probably
drastically towards the end. The 8, 9, and 10, I think, changes drastically from what they have. Uh, so that's where the curveballs will be there. So
yeah. I went a little bit. I actually I was really tempted to go super off the rails with 8, 9, and 10. Man, like I was looking at Fantasy Pros, and they had people down towards 18, 19, 20.
yes,
Like Chris
same,
Carson, man.
same. I'm excited when we get to the end of this list. Okay, all right. So Zeke number 2 for both of us. I mean, not a whole lot to complain about. You auto drafted the guy on accident last season. Uh,
Yeah.
He missed the first part of the draft. Go ahead and tell him about that.
Yeah, no, I missed the first part of the. I have like the round one curse, man. I always just like every round one running back I ever pick up always gets hurt, like in week one or in the preseason or something stupid like that. And so this year or last year rather, I was I was getting ready. I was totally like in the draft room like 10 minutes before it started, waiting for it to start, and then my dog needed to go to the bathroom, and so take my dog outside, and I'm rushing my dog in to get to my pick, and I just barely missed my pick, and I auto drafted Zeke, and everybody was making fun of me, because I mean, yeah, Zeke was going in later rounds. I probably could have picked up Zeke in round 2, even 3.
Yeah, that's because people weren't sure if he was going to hold out, but it ended up working out for you. He didn't hold out.
Yeah, it ended up working out. He didn't hold out. He had a really consistent year. Not a lot of like super boom games, but like he was consistent. He was getting some. He was pretty good for PPR. He got some receptions here and there. He was a good pick. I was happy with it. I made it to the championship too. So I mean, whatever. I've like 2 years in a row in the championship. Lost to you though, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, that was. We'll get into that story more as we go along, get ready for this season. Tell you all about the fantasy league last year. It was intense.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke worked out for you. I was one of those clowning on you. I was like, no way, you just auto drafted Zeke, like wasted.
Yeah.
Blah blah. And then I mean, you got him.
Yeah.
You were the hottest team in the second half of the season, and he was a big part of not screwing that up.
Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't even mad because the year before that, when I won the championship, was when I lost my round 1 pick, Jerick McKinnon, a week before the season started. And then the year before that, what was that?
We talked about this a little. You're cursed with that running back and with your first pick. God dang, man, you've had it rough.
Oh yeah. I have always cursed my first pick. I wasn't even too worried about it when I accidentally auto picked Zeke. Like, yeah, I was sour for sure, but like I'm used to it. Every time my first round picks are always getting hurt. It doesn't matter. It's been like this the last like 7 years.
You had David Johnson when he got his knee injury, right? You had Jerick McKinnon with his knee injury. You had who is it from the Vikings? Adrian Peterson with his knee injury. And then there was one more.
And then Jamal Charles. I had Jamal Charles.
Man, he's been tore up. But like we've been doing this fantasy league for, I think this is the 8th or 9th season, and Wes, the last 2 years is the only 2 years you didn't have a running back go down.
Yeah. So this year, I mean, Barkley's a solid pick for me, man. It's either, who knows? I mean, it gets a little bit questionable down after 6th or 7th pick. Then it gets really
tough.
I don't know who I'm gonna pick.
Okay, so let's go into our number 3. I'm pretty sure we both have the same number 3, just based on previous conversations we've had. I'm gonna guess your number 3. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Does he play for Minnesota?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, of course.
Dalvin Cook. I mean, everybody. Christian in our league rode Dalvin Cook to the semifinals. Okay, that man put on a show all season.
And he had Lamar Jackson too, right?
Yes, he had Lamar Jackson and Dalvin Cook. Literally, like the only 2.
That's all he needed.
Yeah.
That's absolutely all he needed. Dalvin Cook and Lamar Jackson, man, and he could have easily gone to the championship. He could have taken it all. He had a really good team.
Yeah, I mean, Christian was terrifying to play. Brad was like that annoying little like, oh man, like this wasp could sting me or I could kill the wasp. One of the two, yeah. So, but like the Christian
Yeah.
was terrifying. I'm sorry, Tim, if you're watching. I'm sorry, but I'm so happy you didn't make it because you were the scariest team in the entire league the last like 4 weeks of the season. Unnecessary,
Yeah.
and you better calm down.
Yeah. If the playoffs were just based off of like the last half of the season, yeah, all Tim, dude.
And you guys, the names we're dropping, you guys will learn them as the season goes along. These are 10.
Yeah.
Well, we're adding 2 more this season possibly, and we'll see. But these are 10 guys that we played this in this fantasy league with for a long time. Tim was a rookie last year, first year in the league. It was awesome. Great to have him in. He's smart like everybody else in the league, so it was awesome. But you'll learn all these guys. We'll go through them.
Oh
Especially
yeah,
as
it
this
gets out of
fantasy
control.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as this fantasy season goes along, which because of current situations, we can't say the name, but there's this thing going around that is making sports really hard to attend. So this could be one of the best seasons in fantasy football history, and so that's why we want to be here to give you guys, kind of what we know about it. There's a lot of new people out there starting. Hopefully this helps you. And the experienced people, if you don't agree with us, be mad when we prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Yep. Okay. So I have Alvin Kamara at number 4.
Same. That's funny.
Same? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's a fairly no-brainer too. He's always showing up, and it's crazy too because man, the Saints, man, they're always. You could pick Breeze, you could pick Michael Thomas,
Yeah.
You could pick Kamara. You could have all 3 of those dudes on your team every
playing
week.
for a Super Bowl every year. Yeah, that's like it's crazy. Those 3, if fantasy numbers mattered for how you got to the playoffs, those guys would be terrifying.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
mean
see,
crew
Drew
right
Brees-
there.
Drew
Like
Brees'
I
final
wouldn't mind having them all. Like I'll take that one bye week loss as long as I get to have all 3 of them on my team, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, think about this season. Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas are going to be going off for Drew Brees in his final year. This is the last year that he's going to play football. Those men are going to be doing everything in their power to get him a ring.
Yeah. Ooh, we might get to see some Jameis Winston with them though, dude. And we'll get into
Yeah,
that on a different episode on a quarterback related episode. I'm excited about that. I want to see Jameis.
All right. Number 5, finally. Both of us, I'm sure. There's no way we can keep him that low any longer.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, number 5.
Yeah, I'll give Christian McCaffrey number 5, dude. He is top 5. He's good. He might end up number 1 again. He is really bad.
If he stays healthy, there's a chance that he's number 1 for sure, 100%. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand he's a monster. I've been watching the kid since college. Like I've been a fan of his since college. He's a beast. I just think Carolina is going to mismanage him. That's my biggest worry.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'm honestly, I'm hoping for a big year for Teddy Bridgewater. I'm hoping it's just, he doesn't have. Who are his receivers this year?
Man, we looked at
in
him.
Carolina.
Ryan Anderson, I think, from the Jets. A couple other guys. We were looking at him in a previous episode. They're not bad. He doesn't have a bad core of receivers, but he doesn't have a great one either. And he doesn't have one single, what I would call that, like, the big play, you can go to me when you need me receiver.
Yeah, he had Michael Thomas last year, and that's why he's got this massive contract with Carolina right now.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just gonna have to show he can make those receivers better. Because to me, he's got a lot of, like you were saying, a lot of B-list receivers. He doesn't have that stud. So we're gonna find out. So Christian McCaffrey, no disrespect. Number 5, no disrespect. I understand you're a monster. You could end up number 1. You're just too risky for me because of Carolina.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. But I'm taking those top 4. I'd take over him, man. We got Barkley, Zeke, Cook, and Kamara above him. Hands down, I would take any one of them over McCaffrey round 1.
Okay, all right, yeah, I agree with you 100%. All right, so number 6, who you got?
I got Derrick Henry, number 6.
Oh, dude, we're killing it since like.
Are we just pick for pick?
Yeah, pick for pick all the way up through number 6 right now so far.
Derrick Henry, cool, and that's a no-brainer. I mean, he kind of went under the radar last year, but he was a monster, man.
Well,
He killed it.
under the radar for a little bit, but nobody could ignore what he had 3 or 4 200-point games or 200-yard games or something like that. Like,
yeah.
Crap, like,
well, and that was frustrating because John in our league, he had Henry riding his bench for like the entire season. He had Tevin Coleman. He had Tevin Coleman as his RB1.
Yes, he had Tevin Coleman
Henry
starting
sitting on his
over
bench.
Henry and would not trade anyone Henry. Me and Wes made very fair offers for him.
I straight up made really good offers for Henry, man.
It was garbage. But John, this year, not having it. You're trading somebody.
Yeah.
But, all right, so let's get. I mean, Derrick Henry, you don't got to say much. All you got to do is point to his point total from the last couple weeks of last season. Anybody who pays attention knows Derrick Henry, very obviously a top 10 running back this year. Number 7, I'm gonna go so people don't think this is rigged and I'm just copying whatever you say. Number 7, I got Joe Mixon from Cincinnati.
Oh, see, right on. See, I don't have Joe Mixon anywhere on my top 10. I have Austin Eckler is my number 7.
Joe Mixon did very well for Tim. Remember, he was on Tim's team.
Yeah, but wasn't that more of a late season thing? I was pretty unimpressed by Mixon early on, and then he did end up killing it.
But you gotta think, who's Mixon's quarterback this year? You got that number 1 draft pick Joe Burrow coming in.
Yeah, he's got Joe Burrow. He could do good. I don't know why. I've just never really been on the Mixon train, dude. I don't know.
I love Mixon. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to misquote here. I'm pretty sure Mixon went to the University of Oklahoma. I could Google that right now, but I'm not going to do it. So if I'm right, I'm right. They can call me out on it. But I'm pretty sure he went to Oklahoma. I've been watching him since then, and I was stoked to see what he would do in the NFL. And honestly, he's impressed me. I love him. He's on a very, very bad team with a very, very bad offensive line. He's going to finally have a decent quarterback. AJ Green is still there, so he'll have a receiver that can, a big play receiver for Joe Burrow. I think this is Mixon's breakout year. I think he's a possible top 3.
See, what sucks for him though is, I think what it is with the Bengals is they've always been a play from behind team, So like Mixon doesn't really get the workload that he.
Yeah, how can he get his workload whenever they're having to throw the ball 50 times,
Yeah. Well,
alright, so who do you got in your number 7?
I was Austin Eckler. Yeah. So I think Eckler's
I don't like that at all. I don't like that pick, man. I can't put Austin Eckler. I bumped him all the way to 10. I'll say it now. I bumped him all the way to 10 on my list, and I wanted to bump
10's
him
not
out.
bad.
Honestly,
you wanted to bump him out?
I wanted to bump him out. He's got Tyrod Taylor as a quarterback. Nothing to worry about there if you're a defense. I mean, really just watch Tyrod's legs. He doesn't have any stud receivers.
Eckler's so good. Eckler's so good PPR though, and Gordon's out.
Yeah. Well, Gordon's in Denver now. But yeah, Eckler is great PPR, but I just don't think. I think it's going to be a lot easier for defenses to key in without Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a quarterback that can make bad receivers look good because of his experience. He's a super veteran quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is not Phillip Rivers.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, true, valid. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. I do have pretty high hopes for Eckler, though. I think he's going to do really good.
But that was another one. Christian had him on his team, and he did well for Christian. But it's such a different team this season. I don't have much faith in it.
Well, and like we were saying though, now that this part in the rankings, it's getting tough. Like here, I think our first 6 is a pretty solid 6, and it gets kind of tough now. Because like now, see my number 8, I'm worried about him too because I'm getting into committees now, and I got Nick Chubb.
Who's your number 8?
Huh?
Ooh, man. Okay, you put Nick Chubb in there. Okay.
Yeah, and that's yeah. So it's like I mean, and I'm worried about that. I mean, but he still did good with Kareem Hunt in. He still did really good
Yes,
with Kareem Hunt in.
Nick Chubb alone by himself is absolutely probably a top 7 running back. But with the committee there and who he's sharing carries with, who was the number 1 running back in the NFL, I mean, pretty hands down. He just dominated when he came in. I really think I can't put either one of them in the top 10 because I can't yet see either one of them breaking those points in that offense and all that. Like, they're going to share so many carries. They're both going to do well, but I don't think either one of them is going to be a top 10 fantasy contributor.
Yeah, I mean,
like, it's literally going to be 50-50.
It is kind of 50. Yeah, man. It is. It's going to be split. No, it's scary, man. But I mean, dude, they still killed it together last year. JR in our league started both of them. JR in our league had Chubb and Hunt as his RB 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And
they were.
And it worked
for him, I guess.
Yeah, it was outrageous.
This is the second year that Cleveland offense playing together with Mayfield and Odell Beckham and Landry, and then with those 2 running backs, like the second, I mean, it could go really well this year. Who knows? I'm just thinking they take away from each other's production. So but also you had that with Ingram and Alvin Kamara a couple years ago in Seattle, and I mean, or not in Seattle, in New Orleans, and it went well. Alvin Kamara was still a top 5 back, but I don't know. We'll see, man.
No, it's getting sketchy. Well, we're getting down though into where we're almost down to almost exclusively committee running backs. We're getting down there.
Okay, I got number 9. Here's number 9. Ready?
Wait, who was your number 8? Did you say?
Oh no, I'm sorry. This is my number 8, not number 9. Sorry. So my number 8 is Chris Carson from Seattle.
Oh, see, dude, that's awesome. See, because I feel like such a wuss because I wanted to put him in my top 10. They've got him at number 18
dude. No, dude, remember? Yeah, that's okay. So me and Wes both have 2 players that we're gonna risk it for the biscuit with, and then we have 2 players that what in the world are they thinking with their rankings? And my what in the world is Carson at number 18? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like, that's outrageous.
He was arguably the most consistent running back in the league last season. Honestly, I don't know how. What did he was in the top 5 or top 10 the entire season.
Yeah. No, yeah, I felt I wanted to put Carson in. I feel like such a wiener now, dude, because you did it. And
I did it. I went with him at number 8 too, not just skimming in.
Number 8 too.
I put him pretty deep.
I see a big year for Chris, and it's going to be really consistent too. You know, he's not going to have any bad games. I think he's going to do really well.
Agreed. All right, so who's your number 9?
Number 9, dude, and this is a little bit of a risky one, dude. But I've got high hopes for him. I want Josh Jacobs to do really well in Las Vegas this year.
Number 9, Josh Jacobs. We match again, sir.
Nice, right on.
Yeah, I think this is his year. I mean, he's the main part of that offense last season. That was the only bright spot, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think they get better this year. I don't know how much better, but I know he gets a lot better. So, Josh Jacobs is. It's so weird seeing that LV next to the name. I'm like, who's Las Vegas? Like, what in the world?
Yeah,
and then it's there it is. So this will be the first season. Sorry if we call it Oakland repeatedly this season, because it's weird. Okay, there's never been a Las Vegas team in my entire life.
Yeah.
So it's strange.
Yeah, it's gonna be an adjustment, but I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm a 49ers fan, but I mean, look, I'm rocking a Raiders hat right now just because they're in Vegas. You know, like I'm gonna try to become a Raiders fan. If the next game I see is probably gonna be a Las Vegas Raiders game in Vegas because I love Las Vegas. So
yeah, we got to go do that. Me and you talked about doing the UFC fight and the NFL game back to back that week. We're going to do that. That's a bucket list thing for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into my number 10. We talked about it earlier, Austin Eckler. Who's your number 10? Who squeaks in there for you?
Number 10, see, that was pretty tough for me because it was hard to pick a top 10, but I kind of went with Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders, that's a juicy one because, I mean, Miles Sanders, Fantasy Pros has him at 10. I don't trust anybody in that Philadelphia offense. I mean, the running backs are so interchangeable because of the way that offense works. I don't see how. I don't know. It's risky. That's a risky one.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, he did really well last year, even though they kept. See, the thing too is they act like they have their running back picked out, but then they always end up doing some weird committee stuff, dude. They always end up. I think, is Boston Scott still there? I don't even know. I feel like Boston Scott's probably still there, but Jordan Howard's gone.
Yeah, Jordan Howard's in Miami now. That'll be interesting. And Wes can't see this live right now, but behind me I have my Miami Dolphins banner. Totally unbiased banner, by the way. I don't even like the Dolphins. Trust me. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I do not like the Dolphins. Cool. They've angered me more than they've done anything for me my entire life. So, but yeah, Jordan. He's down in Miami now. Along with like every other B-list running back out there.
Oh yeah, you got Matt Breida. They're trying. It's a mixed bag over there, man. They don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh yeah, we're trying not to be awful this year. That's what we're the goal. Go to it. But no, all right. So we got some rookies that are gonna make huge impacts right away. You got LSU, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Sorry if I'm butchering that. I haven't listened to anybody say it.
I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay, all right. Okay, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's a rookie from LSU. Watched him play a lot last year because I live in SEC country down in Georgia. The man's a freak. He's a beast. He's going to do some things this year. And then you got my two risk it for the biscuit players. The man who broke the NCAA rushing record. I don't even see. Okay, he's ranked 22 by Fantasy Pros. I think he's way better than 22, and I think he's probably going to be one of the best running backs in the NFL going forward for probably the next 8 years. And that's Jonathan Taylor. He's playing for the Colts in Indianapolis with Phillip Rivers. That team is terrifying. Like, the Colts are the most terrifying team in the AFC, I think. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Colts, man. Yeah, they're going to be kind of. They might surprise everybody for sure. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to watch him. I'm excited to see Phillip Rivers play there. With Ty, dude, like, man, that's going to be sweet.
Yeah, Ty hopefully healthy this year because he was not healthy all last season. I had him and I couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, no, he's going to be Ty, man. He's going to be like, what round would you draft Ty? Just curious. We're getting a little off topic here.
No, this year I'm not looking at Ty till like the bucket, the bottom of the bucket, man. No, I'm not trusting him, man. Like, I haven't looked at the rankings. I haven't seen where he is in the rankings, but what he did to me last year, he's got to show me something before I pick him up off the waiver wire, or maybe like 5th, 6th round.
Maybe make a trade for him while he's injured. Get him on the cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? But let's stick away from the receivers. We don't want to spoil nothing.
Yeah.
And so my other risk it for the biscuit player is also another rookie that we got to watch out for, and that's DeAndre Swift. He played for the University of Georgia. I'm not a Georgia fan. I'm from New Mexico. I just live in Georgia. Don't think I'm being biased. DeAndre Swift, big play player from University of Georgia. Went to the Detroit Lions, and I think he's going to be a monster there. So those are my two risk it for the biscuit players. Honorable mention, Todd Gurley coming back home to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Where he went to the University of Georgia. He's back home in Atlanta now where he likes it. I think he's going to have a monster year. He's my honorable mention. So there you go.
I'd like to touch on Clyde Edwards-Helaire again, man, because he might really show up. Like, he's coming into a system where.
Have you watched his highlights at all?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch his highlights, man. He's a monster. Like, he's not just what people are talking about him, bro. You gotta go watch.
Yeah.
He's a fun one.
Well, they've got him top 10 in a lot of rankings, and it makes sense. Because, well, he's coming into a system whereas if he's not splitting runs, like, I mean, that team is always, well, okay, with the exception of the playoffs, the Chiefs are pretty much always playing from ahead. So that looks really good for Edwards-Helaire. I think, man, like, I hope I can pick him up in the second. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, he would be a good second to third round pickup.
Yeah, and my honorable mention, I'm surprised we haven't brought him up at all today, is Kenyon Drake. And
no, not honorable. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
He's my other what in the world. He's number 8. Get him out of here. That's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not. I'm a Dolphins fan. That man did nothing for us, and he had one great game with Arizona. Okay.
Yeah. I know he's not anywhere near my top 10, but dude, like it could happen, man. Like.
He could. I mean, he had the miracle in Miami when we beat the Patriots. That was him beating Gronk to the corner. I'll always love him for that. I hope for the best for him. So yeah, you got Kyler Murray as the quarterback down there in Arizona. Like that team is poised. I don't want to get too ahead of my predictions and stuff, but I'm not going to be surprised if it's Arizona versus Tampa Bay in that NFC Championship.
Dude, no,
dude, no.
That division's just too tough, bro. The NFC West is just too tough, man. That's where the Cardinals they can't succeed in that division, man. It's just too tough, dude. Like,
hey, they made a Super Bowl with Kurt Warner from that division. They can do it.
Oh
again,
God, but that division back then, I mean.
It was terrible.
Yeah, dude. The NFC West, dude. The NFC West almost had 3 teams in the playoffs last year. It could happen again this year.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like the worst 2 teams are the Cardinals and the Rams, and neither one of them are going to be bad.
Yeah.
You got the Seahawks and the Niners are definitely going to be playoff teams.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be so interesting. Like, I can't wait. I mean, we're probably wrapping this episode here, but I mean, good 30-minute episode. Sorry guys, it will be longer and we will have sports news involved in this too. We'll kind of gather up we're going to go through a lot of the sports trade news for the NFL and stuff as we go through these lists.
Yeah.
But we'll also be, if there's any big news going through the wire that week, we're going to try to do this once a week for you guys. Next week we'll be working on wide receivers. We'll go over the top 10 wide receivers and get it more into quarterbacks as we go along, and then we'll keep getting bigger as we go here. So this is just a quick episode 1 for you guys. Been wanting to bust this out for you for a while. Hopefully this is informative. Wes, I mean, are you looking at our list and thinking we're crazy, or are you looking at our list and thinking there's logic?
Oh, I mean, I like my list. I mean, I feel like another honorable mention would probably be Leonard Fournette, man. I think he's going to do really good too. There's a couple of guys here that I kind of wish were in my top 10. Like I kind of wish Leonard Fournette was in my top 10.
It's so hard. There's so many names out there. This is the deepest the running backs have been in a while. They're super top heavy, but like from basically like 6 down, they're all so close. Aaron Jones with Green Bay. You got Leonard Fournette, Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon in Denver. I think he's going to be great there. Le'Veon Bell in New York. I think he's going to come back big this year. It's crazy. David Johnson's in Houston with the Texans. There's so much that could happen this season.
Yeah, man. I mean, and Chris Carson, I'm really hopeful for. Man, it's.
Oh, and then another rookie, Mark Ingram's in Baltimore, but Mark Ingram may be losing his job because that rookie from Ohio State, J.K. Dobbins, that went to Baltimore, he's a threat to take Ingram's job. He's basically Ingram 2.0.
Yeah. No, it's. It's going to be fun, man. I can't wait to get into some other positions here. Wide receiver is going to get fun because there's a lot of quarterback mix-ups this year, so I think there's going to be a lot of honorable mentions. There's a lot of potential sleepers in the wide receiver category. There's we might, it's going to be weird, man. Like seeing Tom Brady with Godwin and Godwin and Evans were top 10 last year, but how are they going to do with Brady? Like it's going to be interesting.
How do they not top 10 with Brady? I understand Jameis puts up a ton of yards, but there's no way Brady will pick apart defenses with two guys with sticky hands.
Yeah, Brady's more conservative though. He's not afraid to do little dump off passes to running backs all day. So it's so we'll see. I think Jameis was a little too proud to just do little dump passes. Well, and I don't know.
I went 30 and 30. Oh, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I love you, Jameis. I'm a Florida State fan. I like the Seminoles.
I love Jameis, man. I hope he stays in New Orleans and just kills it, man.
Oh, we know all about. We're gonna talk all about your love for Jameis Winston.
Oh, he got me to the championship. He got me to the championship, and then just screwed me in the championship. But whatever, he got me there. But I love Jameis.
This is where I hold my title belt.
So as you guys watch, our format's going to change. We're going to figure out things. We're going to figure out the things that you guys like and dislike about our episodes and our structure, and we'll get to a point where we kind of have a little bit more of we'll have more of a structure and a formula that's that works out good for everybody. We don't want to bore you guys,
Yeah, we want you guys to interact. So comment down below in the video. I know we're not going to have a ton of viewers and people right away. And those of you that are watching, comment down below. Interact with us. I want to hear if you disagree with us. Let us hear it. Tweet at us. You can message us on. We're going to have on Instagram, Facebook, all of it. Find a way. Let us know what you disagree.
Yep. If you agree, let us know. If you want to argue, let's do it. If you've got ideas for our show and our structure and everything, anything. Just talk to us. We're totally down.
Yeah. I'll go straight Mark Ingram on you. Come see me. I'm about that. Ooh.
Yeah. No, it's
definitely. We're not famous. I'll argue with you guys all day.
No, this is gonna be real fun, guys. We'll get we're gonna get a Snapchat going. We'll have the Instagram, the Facebook. We'll just get everything going. We'll be as engaging as we possibly can. We're not gonna ghost you guys. This is gonna be really fun. We've got a lot of potential plans in the works too. We might start some kind of might start another league with our fans or something, or maybe get a fan or two into our current league. That would be pretty sweet.
We're gonna try to have some giveaways, different stuff like that, guys. So definitely share if you can. Send to your friends. And interact with us. We want to roast you on how wrong you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you enjoy episode 1. More coming at you soon. Big C signing off.
Yeah. See you later, guys. It's been good. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the UMAD Sports Show. The fantasy football edition. We'll see how it expands. I'm sure it'll expand to other things at some point. But for now, it's all fantasy football, man. That's the topic. That's what's going on. That's what's happening, and that's what we're going to be talking about for months. So.
And there's a ton of stuff going on. Honestly, you got the NHL championships coming up with the bubble, the NBA bubble and championships coming up. College sports is undecided. We got a lot of stuff we're going to have to cram into a small space here. But right now, this focus right here is getting ready for fantasy football.
We've got a lot to cover.
Hope you guys enjoyed. It's gonna be a fun one, guys. We'll see you next week getting into wide receivers.